Hey folks, this is Vincent Adderley with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out the Spell Brigade. This is a game that you can find on Steam's Early Access program for about $10 or so, and I stress Early Access. That means everything that you're about to see is subject to change. So this is a roguelite, meaning permanent progression. You'll be earning gold as you play, and then you come back and you put points into various things to level up your profile. You can get more health, you can get more XP, you can get more damage, you can get crit. So you're going to get stronger and stronger and stronger the more you play this. You're also going to unlock covenants, which are like modifiers to the game. You're going to be unlocking new wizards. One wizard, for example, is your starting wizard. He's got like luck and some other cool stats. Another guy that I just unlocked is a moon mage, which has an emphasis on spells. And you'll see. You'll be completing achievements and various things in order to unlock more characters and more relics and the like. And like I said, there is a permanent progression skill tree kind of thing where you're spending gold to unlock more things, but it is a smaller gold/skill tree. It's just, there's only 15 skills on there, and you can level each one up 4 times. So I've played this both single player and I played it multiplayer co-op with Ida Lee. By default, there is friendly fire, but I advanced in single player enough to where I unlocked the friendly fire covenant toggle, where it's a modifier that you can enable to disable friendly fire. But by default, it is on. Just be aware of that. If you're going to play for the first time with a friend, you can actually do damage to each other until you get that one covenant upgrade that lets you toggle off the friendly fire. So just be wary of that. Like that's one thing I've never seen in a game like this, friendly fire. It's just weird to me. But anyway, you're typically like any one of these vampire survivor-esque kinds of games. You're going to be running around collecting XP balls to level up, and then you get to pick one of 3 skills when you do that, and then you just keep rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. There are objectives that you're trying to complete along the way, like stay in the circle for a long period of time to complete this, or kick the balls into the circle to complete it. Just typical. As far as the co-op aspect of it, Idly, what did you think of the game so far? Are you enjoying it?
I'm loving it so far. I'm not really into this type of genre of the game. When Vampire Survivors first came out, I wasn't too fond of it. I hated the graphics; they were too pixely for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then every game that came out was just a Vampire Survivor look-alike. And it kind of put me off a little. Even the mobile games are all like Vampire Survivor-ish, where you have that roguelite experience, like
Mm-hmm.
light. I never can
Light.
tell the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But the ones I really enjoy, like Astroloot and Deep Rock Survivor and this one, they all have a certain kind of different mechanic to it. There's something unique about them I really enjoy. This one's really smooth. I love the graphics for this one. It's just so pleasing. I wish the colors were different in the sense that some of the enemy abilities actually look very similar to yours or your teammates. So it's like, oh, I don't know which ones I can go through and which ones I can't.
Mm-hmm.
So I just avoid everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I love the unlockables. It feels good. The pacing feels really good too. You start off really slow, almost boring, and then it kind of starts getting harder. It's like, okay, it's not ramping up, but it is definitely getting harder. And then you're at the point where it's so hard and you're like, how did I get here? Like this is pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I will say I found the single player experience to be a lot more challenging, mainly
hmm
because in single player, every enemy on the screen will come after you. Whereas if you're playing multiplayer, some of them will branch off, some will attack this person, some will attack this person. This means that in single player, it's harder to do the objectives that call for you to stay in one spot for any length of period of time. Like trying to stay in the circle to complete it, trying to do that for 30 seconds when you've got 500 enemies like constantly surrounding you, like that's hard to do. Whereas in co-op, she was like if I saw that she was busy, like 3/4 of the enemies were after her, that freed me up to do the objectives. So, like, I
Hmm.
feel like this game was made and balanced more for co-op than it was single player. And again, this is early access, so maybe they'll be changing that in the future. I don't know. But single player for me was harder to swallow than co-op was. That's not to say I didn't enjoy myself in single player, but I felt like everything was harder to accomplish in single player. But the game does scale for co-op. Like the final boss had way more health in co-op than it did in single player. But I did like the various abilities. Like if you level up a particular skill enough, you unlock modifiers for it. You can turn this to fire damage or acid damage. I just wish it would tell you what it did. Like, I'm guessing acid does damage over time sometimes, but without a descriptor to tell me that, I'm only guessing. It would be nice
Hmm.
to know what the different elements did before I took it, like some sort of parentheses descriptor. But that's really my only complaint with the game is its lack of, giving you knowledge. But
Yeah,
yeah. Mhm.
it makes me wonder, like, what if like there's enemies that are acid resistance, or lightning resistance? Because I had a choice between turning my astral balls
Mhm.
into fire or lightning.
Mhm.
And I just picked lightning because, it just looks nicer. But then it makes me think maybe there are some lightning resistant enemies. I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know. That's the problem. Like, who knows?
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say this is a bad game. I enjoy it. It's up there with the other good ones, but it's not my favorite. Like, I'd rather play Deep Rock Galactic Survivor than I would rather than this. It's just I
Hmm.
just because of the theme and shooting things in that game feels a lot better. Like the
Hmm.
haptic feedback feels a lot better than killing or shooting enemies with magic here, unfortunately. But still, it's a good game. I recommend checking it out, especially with friends if you can. Just be warned, like I said, there is friendly fire until you turn that thing off. I highly recommend you do. Anything else to say about it before we go?
There's a lot of achievements to accomplish, which is kind of cool because they're not just achievements, they actually unlock things.
Hmm.
So getting hit by something from your teammate is one I have to look out for because it's a
Wow.
thing to unlock.
Gotcha. All right. Well, this is Vincent Lee. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all next time. Take care.
Bye, guys.